Hey there, welcome to Self-Care Challenge Week 2, where we are about to discuss detoxing your toxic relationships. This can be an incredibly sensitive subject to people because sometimes we have a tendency to be um, people pleasing, or we don't want to sacrifice other relationships or what we do have. But so this might be an incredibly difficult exercise to work through. So let's get started. Who we spend our time with has a significant impact on our lives. Some relationships uplift and inspire us, and others are downright draining. That is what this exercise is going to go through and to help identify is who uplifts us, who builds us up, who encourages us, and who drains us. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do in this exercise is make a list of 20 people that you spend most of your time with. I know this exercise is especially difficult with me because I no longer spend a lot of my time with, more than 20 people, with an exception of, I guess, the 8 others that live in my home. But really, even then, 20 is a hard stretch. But if there's 20, I want you to really, really, really think about it. Even if you have to go out to a couple of months, but the list of people that you spend the most of your time with or talk on the phone with, however that might be, even if it's in a social setting. And then you're going to give everyone on the list a score by asking yourself, how do I generally feel after spending time with this person? And you're going to score each person on a scale of +5 to -5. So a +5 leaves you feeling so good, warm, fuzzy inside. And the negative is somebody that's kind of draining or just leaves you feeling icky about yourself. Okay. Or maybe they leave you feeling less of a person. And then after you've done that, so you make your list first. And then after you have your list of names and you're going to go back through the list of names, step 2 is then to rank them. I'd prefer you not to rank them as you're doing it, like get all the names down first. And then you're going to review the scores after you've ranked everybody. And then, of course, we're going to ask ourselves, are there any surprises? And what are the scores for the people that you spend the most time with? Are you spending your time with people that make you feel good? Are you spending more time with the pluses or the minuses? Do you spend more of your time with people that make you feel less of a person? And how much time are you spending with the highest scoring? It could be +4s and +5s on your list, but even if it's not, whoever is scoring the highest, are you spending your time with them like less or more than other people that are draining? So how much time are you spending with the people that are draining, the -4s and the -5s? Then I really want you to take a look at this list and see if there's any patterns that you truly notice. Okay, so after we've got this list of 20 and we've given everybody a score, we've gone over the scores and we've really tried to dive deep or kind of survey some of this information, we're going to decide on our next steps. Okay. So I need you to consider the plus relationships first. We're always going towards the positive first. Could you spend more time with them? Are there any restrictions that keep you from spending more time with them? And if you don't have any +4s or +5s on your list, what can you do, or what can you think of who may be able to fill that slot? Okay. Is there somebody that's like a +2 that you might be able to kind of build on that relationship to make them a +4? Or is there somebody else in your life that you might want to get to know better? And how else you could find and develop a +4 and +5 relationship? Okay. Then we're going to go to the minus side. And I want you to I want you to consider the minus relationships. In theory, we're going to try to spend less time with them. But I also need you to take into consideration is why is this a minus relationship? Is this just because you have a rough patch or an argument? Because these are all necessary and healthy parts of a relationship. Um, because sometimes times get tough. However, if this is a general pattern where this is just somebody that brings you down and not a healthy relationship, then it might be somebody that you need to spend less time with. But I also want you to think, is there a wound or something deep, something that has happened, a grievance that needs to be brought into the open and discussed? So maybe that negative relationship can turn into a positive relationship, or maybe it's just somebody we need to let go of. And then I also want you to think about with this relationship is why are they making you feel negative? Are you giving some of your power away to them to take advantage of this? All right. Last I want us to think about is who have we outgrown? Is it time to let go and move on? For these minus relationships, you may still want or need. How can you change? How can they spend time with you and you spend time with them where you feel good about yourself and they feel good about themselves? So, I really want you to consider the most important relationships. Do you need to shift things around to spend more time with those who are more important? And of the ones that you value, are those positives or negatives, and what we need to do to kind of aid in the relationship? All right. Well, that is detoxing our toxic relationships. And I'm telling you, I anticipate this to be a tough one, and I get it. I absolutely did. I've been there. I've had to make these tough decisions. It is hard, but it is also worth it. So if you need to reach out to me, this is my contact information. I am always available to help you through and coach you through these lessons. So